When I look back, 2018 has been a blessed year for me. It is a year when Unitarians the world over celebrates the 450th anniversary of the Edict of Torda, one of the world's first statements of religious tolerance. I have been privileged to be a part of the panel of Torda450 representing India in the year-long theological dialogue. What did I learn from our discussions and papers? The first awakening is to the fact that Unitarianism began in the 16th century in Transylvania, where it is currently having a good following. This is really an education for many of us from India. Every year, we in the Karbi, Jaintia, and Khasi Hills of northeastern India celebrates 18 September as the anniversary of the founding of our faith, much like Christmas. It is on this day that in 1887 H.K. Singh proclaimed that I will follow the religion as taught by Jesus. It is a day when the gospel, a faith of joy and light, that we are children of our one true God, who is both the Father and Mother, that this new religion is the religion of love, which is to love man and to love God, and that all human beings are brothers and sisters. Dr. J.T. Sunderland, in his tribute to H.K. Singh, said that Mr. Singh's Unitarian movement was native in its origin. It sprang, so to speak, out of the soil. He came to Unitarian faith as a result of his own reading and thinking. Not only had he never heard a Unitarian sermon, but he had never seen a Unitarian. So for us here, Unitarianism was taken to be a new religion, which sprang from the soil, although its seeds were the thoughts and ideas found in the writings of Channing and others from America. And it is Torda450 which gave me the true story of our roots, which was grounded in the many movements in the history of Europe. My participation in Torda450 led me to see that the progress towards freedom of religion, which has taken a Unitarian path, came about 50 years after the Reformation, when Europe was in turmoil and religious intolerance was at its peak. And it is particularly hostile environment which highlight the significance of the Edict of Torda, and also on its relevance in today's world, which is marred by growing intolerance. Religious tolerance was a part of Eastern tradition. The Edict of Emperor Ashoka proclaimed that one should honor all sects and render to other creeds the honor befitting them. There is an interesting story of how the Parsis were assimilated. After the fall of the Persian Empire to the Arabs, the Parsi fled to reach the western coast of India, where a group seek to settle in the kingdom called Sanjayan. The Persian asked for freedom of worship, freedom to bring up the young in their own tradition and customs, and a small piece of land for sustenance. The king responded by calling for a jug of milk filled to the edge, saying that his country is like the jug of milk where there is no room for more. The Parsi leader then dropped a pinch of sugar into the milk, taking care not to spill a drop, saying that we shall try to be like this sugar in the milk of human kindness. As sugar sweetens the milk, so shall we endeavor to sweeten your lives with our industry. Hence, when Unitarianism came about in our hills in 1887, the foremost value was that of enlightenment and not freedom. The emphasis on enlightenment is important, as it is necessary to drive away fear of both demons and hell. Religious intolerance, then, was not an issue. Participation in the Torda450 deliberations made me see the importance of religious freedom and religious tolerance. I can see that while humankind have strong urges to follow their hearts, the powers that be have been sanctioning religious persecution, and many have become martyrs to the cause. Torda450 brings forth the story of our martyrs like Francis David, Servetus, and others. As Torda450 participant, I have the privilege to be part of the UUMA conference in Kansas, even as I do not have a formal theological training. Our preparation for dialogues was done after a theme of each paper was set after a discussion of panel with the Reverends Eric Cherry, Sarah Asher, and Roger Berchausen, who represents the UUA, ICUU, and UUPCC respectively. Each pre-dialogue discussion came up with keynote questions relevant to the theme, serving as guidelines for our presentation to be focused. Some penetrating questions made us to go deep and look for different angles, finding linkages of different factors. All these exercises made us have a better understanding of my faith here and its variation in other parts of the world. Thank you. Kublai, Dona Roy.